good things that happen in your life, anything that happens in the past or anything that has happened to you has shaped you to be who you are today. And if it wasn't for that, you won't be the person that you are today, and that person that you are today is helping you to be the person that you are tomorrow. That's so deep. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome to Soph's Exploration. And if you like this video or any videos that you see on my channel, do click the subscribe button below to be updated with more of my videos that I come out with every week, either on a Saturday or a Sunday. Today I'll be doing two tags. The first tag that I'll be doing is the My Perfect Imperfection tag that was created by Andrea's Choice a few years back actually, but I only came across it when Jen did it on her channel, which is Clothes Encounter. I think it's a really good tag because everyone is imperfect, no one's perfect in this world, and we don't necessarily celebrate imperfections or speak about imperfections enough because we tend to want to keep it in because human beings are all insecure. I think it's a really good tag because we talk about imperfections and put it more into the positive light and see it in a way that it makes us who we are instead of bringing us down. We should embrace the imperfections to know that it makes us who we are and makes us unique as a person. I say as a person. Rewind back to my other, heart-to-heart talk video. I always say as a person. The second tag that I'll be doing is not really a tag that is out there or someone started, but it's something that I want to start for my own self. But if you want to do it, you can do it. I welcome you to do it. It's the birthday tag. Birthday tag is to look back at my year. For me, it'll be my 21st year, and to see what I'm grateful for in the year, what I learned through the year, and what I'm looking forward for the next year of my life. So let's get to the first tag. So for the My Perfect Imperfection tags, I'll be doing 3 things that I like about my physical appearance, 3 things that I don't like about my physical appearance, and then I'll be adding the same thing that Jen did, which is 1 personality trait that I like and 1 personality trait of myself that I do not like. So for the first physical trait that I don't necessarily like the most about myself is my hairline. My hair in general is really thin. Not only about my hair being very thin, is that my hairline is very thin, especially at the sides here. Like, I feel like I'm balding. I think the reason why this happened was because when I was younger I did ballet and I used to always tie my hair in a bun, so I always tend to pull my hair back really tight so that it's really neat in a bun, and I think that pulled my hairline and also my hair. So this part of my hair, this part of my head or my scalp has really little hair. So as you can see that here, the line of my hair is very thin, even here as well is very thin. So I'm really insecure when I see pictures and see my hairline really thin here, something that I am still growing to be grateful for. The second thing that I not particularly like about myself or my personal appearance is my forehead. My forehead is quite big actually. It's quite big. That's why like a fringe would help me to shape my face, and it makes my face look really square or round in that sense because my forehead is big. I really like people with smaller foreheads, if that makes sense, and that's one of the things that I don't particularly like. So when I tie my hair all back, you can see that my forehead's big and it makes my head much bigger, like in pictures and things like that, if I tie my head back. So I dislike taking pictures with my hair tied back, if that makes sense. So that's something that I'm still growing to embrace as a person. The third thing that I do not particularly like about myself is my height. I'm not very tall. I'm considered short, though not as short as many people. I'm about 1'5", 6 or 7, I think. About 5'1" or 2, if I'm not mistaken. I would rather be taller, like at least 165 to 170. That would be like the perfect height for me if I wanted to be taller. It makes me feel like I'm inferior, but then again, like it's just a height, and it's something that I've grown to love actually. It's one of the things that I feel that I have embraced because you can fit into small places. when you sit on the airplane, your legs have so much space, you have so much room, you fit well on your bed, you have more space on your bed, you know, things like that. And it's not something that I particularly dislike as much about myself anymore as much as I did last time. So moving on to the 3 things that I like about myself. The first thing is my smile, because ever since I was young, I've always been a person that smiles in pictures or smiles all the time. I don't know why, but I've always not just smiled, but smile with teeth, you know. And it's always something that I like about myself. I think because of my braces, my smile has changed as well. Like, it's very different from what it used to be, but then I still love smiling, and it's something that I like about myself. Yeah. The second thing that I like about my physical appearance is my nose. For me, like, I've grown up with very tall nose, like very sharp nose. So if you see from the side, my nose is quite sharp. And I think the reason why I have a sharp nose is probably, I don't know whether this is a thing or whether it actually worked. Back then when I was younger, this is a very funny story. Back when I was younger, when my mom used to wash my face or wipe my face down, she always tends to pull my nose. And I always hated it as a child. I hated it when she pulled my nose because it hurts and you cannot breathe for that few seconds because she pulls and she holds it for some time. And apparently what they say is that if you pull your nose when you're younger, because your bones are still soft at that age, so you still can sort of shape your nose or your bones. So if you pull your nose, more defined shape. So when my mom, I don't know whether it's because my mom did that, but you can try it on your kids next time, or your kids now if you have a baby and you're watching this, and that like they will get a more defined nose. And that's something that I love about my physical appearance is my nose, because my nose is really sharp and it sort of makes my face more like put together and more like structured and shaped. Another thing is that like you not only can do that for your nose, apparently you can do that for your legs as well. And Mom, why are you doing it for my nose but not my legs, you know? If you did it for my legs, I'll be taller. Anyways, yeah. Third thing that I like of physical appearance that I like about myself is my chin / jawline. I've not to say a very defined jawline, but it's defined enough, and also my chin is really sharp, so it shapes my face like better in a way. It's like the 3 things that I like about myself, about my personal appearance. Moving on to personality. Moving on to personality traits. So for the personality trait, can't say the word. So for the personality trait that I dislike about myself is that I overthink a lot of things. It has affected me a lot, especially in the recent years, and it's something that I've been working on, and it's something that I'm still working on, trying very hard to put this thing behind me, or this personality or thing that I'm going through behind me, but I'm still working on that, and I'll share it with you guys. I feel that I'm ready to share with you guys, but in general I overthink a lot of things, and it really is something that I do not particularly like about myself. I wish that I do not overthink things. For the personality that I like about myself is that I'm a very compassionate person. I tend to be able to relate to the person or be able to put myself in that person's shoes, to show care and sympathy to that person in that particular scenario or situation. So that is my perfect imperfection tag. If you guys want to do that tag, you can as well. And I think it's really important for us to embrace our imperfections and also think about the things that you like about yourself, because sometimes we always judge ourselves and look for the bad things in our personal appearance or in anything we do actually, instead of celebrating the good things as well. We need to consciously remind ourselves to look at the good and the bad. So moving on to the birthday tag, I'll be doing 3 things that I'm grateful for this year, 3 things that I've learned this year, and 3 things that I'm looking forward for my next year of my 22nd year of my life. So for the first thing that I'm grateful for this year is for the people that stood by me this year. I think that this year is a year that has been one of the hardest years for me. Really grateful for the people that stood by me and the people that helped me through the low points of my life and the low points that I've been through this year. Second thing that I'm grateful for this year is a change in perspective for me. Going into my 21st year, started to think more about what I wanted to do with my life, because I felt that like 21 is like, whoa, I'm like legit an adult, man. I'm legit an adult and I really need to get myself together. This year was a year of really changing perspective of how I look at things differently, how I had to deal with a lot of internal issues that I myself, I think, tried to suppress it through my years. I'm really grateful for that I started to do it, because if not, it will grow much bigger than it already is. I'm grateful that I did that. Third thing that I'm grateful for this year is, this is more on like a spiritual or like a more religious point of view, if that's a word, but I don't really like to associate that with religion specifically, because religion is such a strong word and it's always been used in such a wrong way. But for me, what I'm grateful for this year is my walk with God. My 21st year was really a year of change for me, and it has drawn me much closer to God through the changes that has happened. And yeah, I'm really thankful that I am much stronger in faith right now, and I know where I stand, or I'm beginning to know where I stand more as a person in this world, knowing where my source of strength, my source of hope, or who holds my future more. That's the 3 things that I'm grateful for this year. For the 3 things that I've learned this year is, the first thing is that everyone has a passion in life, or everyone has something that they are good at or are interested in life. I've always grown up as a person that felt that I needed to be good in everything that I do, or I need to be perfect, you know, my studies, sports, performing arts, in everything that I do, I needed to be the best. Doing that, it made me felt that I wasn't good at anything at all, or I felt that I didn't have a passion or purpose, in that sense that I always dive into things but never really go into it as much as I would have wanted to. If I were to turn back time, I would go into certain things, especially in the creative field. That's something that I really enjoy but didn't push myself. Now that I'm older, or this year, I realized that everyone has a passion and we all have to stick to that passion and grow that passion and grow your skill in that passion. And if you stick to that passion, that is what is your purpose in life. Second thing that I've learned this year is to not live by the opinions of people or by people's judgment or criticism. And it's something that I'm still trying to learn or growing to learn, because growing up, I've always been a person that tried to please everyone around me. So I always tend to do things for people, or especially my parents, like try to please them in every way possible, try to please the people around me, people that I meet, my friends, my family, everyone that I meet. I try to please everyone around me, but then I forget about myself. I forget that this is my life, and what other people think about your life and what other people want you to do with your life is not what you are supposed to do in your life. What you want to do in your life, you have to search for that on your own, and you can get guidance, that's the word, guidance, from people around you, but essentially, and the final point and decision that you have is yours and yours alone. Your decision in your life, no matter what you want to base it on, is on yourself. For me, is that I want to be able to live a life that I myself particularly want to live, and live out my passion in life. And I know that passion not only comes from me but comes from God, and that passion that God instilled in me will be used for a purpose, and for a purpose for Him. That's what I decided for myself that I wanted to do. So you decide for yourself what you want to do with your life, and not let anyone else around you dictate what you want to do with your life, because you ultimately have the decision. It's your life. It's one life that you have. So use it how you want to use it and not according to what people around you criticize or do what you want to do. The third thing that I learned this year is like a quote that I came across during my devotion or when I was reading, was that we throw the dice but God decides how it falls. So whatever we do, ultimately there's already a plan laid out for us, and it's something that I still struggle with to come by. But I don't know whether you're religious or not, but this is something that you can think, if you're not religious, this is probably not a point that you would understand, but then you can just skip on to the next one. But if you want to hear this out, or like what I think, you can stay on. So what I think is that God ultimately holds the plan for your life. Your plan is already planned out. The good and the bad happens because it prepares you to become who you need to be for that purpose in life, or to carry out what you need to go through in life. So whatever bad situation that happened, whatever bad things that happen in your life, all the good things that happen in your life, anything that happens in the past or anything that has happened to you has shaped you to be who you are today. And if it wasn't for that, you won't be the person that you are today, and that person that you are today is helping you to be the person that you are tomorrow. That's so deep. I'm not saying that you don't do anything at all, that God will just like, you know, do everything for you. You still have to grow as a person. You still have to do things to broaden your mind, to broaden your perspective, to grow more in many ways. Ultimately, God holds you and your life in every single way, in every single situation. For the last section of this really long HTHT talk with all of you out there is the 3 things that I'm looking forward for the next year, or this year of my 22nd year of my life. This is exploring being more creative. Realize myself more this year, or going to look into myself more this year and realize that I'm more of a creative person, and forward to explore more of being a creative person, or creating more content and being more creative in general in my craft. I've always enjoyed doing, but I've always put aside because people always give me the opinion that it's better to be, you know, professional, or better to be more safe in a professional career. This year, you know, with all the changes, I feel that I want to be more of a creative person. So next is a year of this year has already been a year of me exploring more of my creative side. Next year will be more of it, and I'm really excited for that. The second thing that I am excited for is actually finishing my degree. It's been a long time for me to get where I am today, and I'm really hoping and praying that I finish my degree by next year. By God's grace, I will finish my degree by next year, hopefully, and then I can focus more on creating more craft or going more into the creative industry. The third thing and last thing that I will be excited for in the future is for next year is to gain more skills in my craft. All this is all surrounded with the theme being more creative, and yeah, creating more craft in general, be it videos, performing arts, or like acting or anything like that. I'm excited to be able to develop more skills because I think that's where I need to be. I've been led to be, and I'm really excited for the year ahead of me next year. Yeah, that's the 2 tags that I am supposed to do today. I think this is going to be a really long video that you have to go through, and I hope you enjoyed this little heart-to-heart talk that we have. And it's also something that I wanted to record so that I can look back next year and see where I came from the year before, and it's something that I feel that I want to do as a yearly thing, so that I, you know, see a development in myself and want to see where I go, you know. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe below if you haven't already. I'm really excited for what's ahead, and to know more about my life, you can give this video a like or tell me that you want to know more about my life, and I'll make more videos about that. And I will see you soon, and I'll see you next video actually. So bye!